drive.
Well, hello, how the devil is everyone? Hope everyone is well. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to something very different. This is my first proper new bike review, and today I am at Moto Martin Motorcycles in Aberdeen, and I am reviewing this brand new 2025 Zontes ZT703F Super Adventure. Brought my bike in for MOT this morning, and I said to Martin, if you want, I can do you a little review on the new 703. So he said, yeah. He said, not a problem. So I am actually doing a review. Surprising. First initial thoughts. I've never ridden one of these before, so this is all new, and so far the seating position is very nice. It's your typical adventure bike seating. No morning's up. The seat is comfortable, but I'm saying I'm going to be riding it for about an hour or so. I think what I might do is I might go up to towards Llandovery and maybe get a few perspectives from other bikers. And I'll go through the specs in a bit. Oh yeah, that just wants to go around corners. As I said, this is a screen up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this is brand new for 2025. That clutch is so light. I believe it's what's called a slide clutch, so it's on cable, but that is very, very light. The bike itself doesn't feel heavy, you know, for a 700cc, well, 699cc motorcycle. It doesn't seem too bad at all. Very nice seating position. You're upright. Say the seat is a little bit hard. It's like a gel seat on it. But so far, as I say, this is literally the first time I got on it, so I'm literally getting used to everything to see what everything is. And I gotta be honest, it does feel nice. What I'll do I'll find somewhere nice and quiet. Those brakes are good. And considering I've literally just got off my S1000, this does feel nice. Now, how much do you reckon one of these are brand spanking new on the road? I'll let you have a guess on that one. Camera needs tightening. Whee. It's got a lovely TFT screen. I think it's 6.75 inch screen, and as you can see, it is very, very clear. It gives you quite a bit of information. Gives you your average miles per gallon. At the moment it's 33. I got to watch these speed limits down here because they're average speed cameras down here now. But as you can see, it's you got your TPM, tire pressure monitoring system. It's on the left, so it's telling you your tire pressures. It's giving you your temperatures of the tires and your battery underneath. There is a couple of different setups on the screen, I do believe. Now this is really nice. It's very, very smooth for a triple. And this one has been running. Now, when you buy one of these brand new, for the first 1,000 kilometers, which is about 622 miles, the actual system itself, it's built into the ECU that it will not go over 6,000 revs. Now, with most other bikes, obviously you don't get that restriction, but you have to keep it under the 6,000 revs, or 7,000 I think it is on this one. And once you hit that 1,000 kilometers or 622 miles, you haven't got to take it in to get it plugged in to have that restriction taken off. It does it automatically. Which I think is a very, very good idea. Now, we're 50 mile an hour along here with average speed cameras, so I'm not going to take it too fast yet. I'm going to get up onto the bypass, and we'll go from there. See how we get on with it. As I say, I'll pull up somewhere nice and quiet as well, walk you around the bike, show you a few different things on it. As you can probably see, there's no ignition system. It's actually a keyless ride, including the fuel tank, the fuel cap. That's keyless as well. So once the power's off, that is so well balanced. That's very, very nice. Now, Zontes have been in the market with motorbikes for quite a few years, but their niche used to be... That's moved again. Let me see if I can sort that camera out. Find somewhere to pull up. I'm going to get some fuel anyway, put some fuel in for Martin, so we'll go in here, get some fuel, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Put that down so you can see the front way again. Right, to turn her on, one quick touch, which unlocks everything. As you can see, the screen popping up there, it's got a lovely TFT on it. Let's say I'll park up somewhere in a bit, just to go through stuff with you. Give you a walk around the bike and give you some specs on it for what I can remember, because I knew I was taking this out. I had a look at some of the specs on it. Right, to start her up, literally pull the clutch in. Wrong one. Huh? Top one there. A little bit of play before you get anything on the throttle. You've also got heated grips, and I'll go through the mode systems in a bit. These mirrors are really good. You do get quite a bit of dive on the front brake. Now, a lot of the reviews I've seen, because I have looked at quite a few reviews this week, a lot of people say that with the high beam and the flash button, people keep hitting it while they're trying to change gear, but I've got to be honest, I've yet to do that. So to, you know, give someone a flash, you literally just push that down, and if you're on high beam, you flick it up. So I think that's a nice position for that. It's nice and simple. And what was I saying before? Yeah, Zontes have been in the market for motorcycles for quite a few years now. They're you know, they're quite settled into the market now, but the niche was the 50cc and the 125cc's, and you know, they took the market by storm with those. And they've now decided to go into the larger adventure bikes, and this is it. As I said, it's the Zontes ZT703F, and I think it only comes in the two colours, which is this one, the black, and also it comes in a grey with a blue trim. I'm not quite sure which one I prefer yet. I like the black one, it does look nice. But we'll have to make a decision on that one. The bike, the engine itself is a 699cc engine, and it is actually made by Zontes. They haven't, you know, gone out and got someone else's engine and put it in the bike. This is their engine. They have actually manufactured this engine. Not quite sure how long it was in the planning, but I have to be honest, it's really, really smooth. Say I'm doing 48 mile an hour at the moment at 3,500 revs. There is, at the moment, I can't see any vibration in the mirrors. I can see quite clearly behind me. Those mirrors are really well placed. I gotta be honest, they are really well placed. And I couldn't have asked for a better day. Let's put that down. Might be able to hear me a little bit better. You got electric screen. See, I'll go through all the specs on it in a bit when I find something to pull up where it's nice and quiet. Yeah, so this is Moto Martin's demo bike. They do have a grey and blue one in stock, and as I said, I'll give you all the specs and the prices and everything else in a little while. But first impressions, I'm impressed. Very, very smooth. I say, I'm in 6th gear. I'm cruising at 41 mile an hour, and it is no issue keeping it at that speed. So the fueling is really, really good. Go back up to 50 now. So that's very responsive. Going on 50. We're coming up to a dual carriageway in a bit. Now, as standard, this bike does come with a quick shifter. So we're getting onto the bypass now, so we'll give it a go. is very, very nice. A little bit, just a little bit of a jerk in motion. But that is nice. This thing corners really, really nice. I know this is just a sweeping bend, but this does feel very, very nice in corners. And considering this has got a 21-inch front wheel and a 19-inch rear, and the rubber on them, I do believe it's Michelin Anarchies. So, you know my thoughts on the Michelin Anarchies, but at the moment it feels very, very nice. Yep, that quick shifter is really nice. There's a little bit of a kick with it. If I bring it down a bit, get the revs a little bit lower, see how it changes with that. Yeah, that's better. So with slightly lower revs, it does feel a bit better. This screen all the way up and see what happens. Oh yeah, it's a bit better. Not so much buffeting. Of course, I'm used to this sort of view from the ST, so I gotta be honest, this is nice. Well, for a 699cc, this bike does shift. It certainly does. Right, let's go find somewhere nice and quiet so I can go through all the specs with you, for what I can remember anyway. So I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, pulled up somewhere. It's not really quiet because I'm on the 470 heading up towards Bracken at the moment, but I thought I'll pull into a lay-by and I'll show you around the bike. It's probably going to be better because the sun's that way. So yeah, this is the Zontes ZT703F Super Adventure, and we have a 699cc engine, which gives out 95 brake horsepower, and for a 700cc motorcycle, that's not bad at all. And it also gives you 75 newton meters of torque at 7,500 revs. The front I love, because you got your running lights, your daytime lights here. They light up, and obviously then you got your headlamps underneath there. Yeah, this is a nice bike. You know, for a Chinese manufacturer, I think they've knocked it out the park with this one. It's really comfortable, and when you first sit on the seat, it does feel a bit sturdy, a bit hard, but once you get used to it, it's nice. It's I've ridden it for about half hour, 40 minutes now, and I know that's nothing, but it feels nice at the moment. So I say it's a 3-cylinder engine, inline, and you can also see at the back there, look, you got the 3 ports coming out the back. Start her up. Oh, hang on, pull the clutch in. Remember to pull the clutch in. 2 seconds. I'll put the microphone next to it. How good does that sound? Really, really nice. 3-cylinder engine. I say the torque feels really good on it. It's got nice low down torque, so that does pull nice. What I might do is there's a place up the top here where a lot of bikers go to. There's a cafe up there. Well, not a cafe, but a van or whatever. Take it up there, see if I get any sort of any what I'm looking for, reaction to it. Go from there. I love the rear headlamps, rear lights. You got main light there, another light there, and that is also your brake light. Indicators, watch this now. Built in for the hand guards. That is sweet. And the rear ones, you can see them, no problem whatsoever. And another thing I like as well is because you've got the exhaust there coming out the other side, on this side you have a toolbox which sort of matches the exhaust, which I think is quite a clever idea. But anyway, rest of the bike, as you can see, a TFT screen there, which is nice and clear. I had the sun right behind me all the way up and I could see it no problem at all. Now there is a way of getting into the, so if you press it, there we go, look at this. So there's your settings. So if we go into settings, press OK. You got manual setting. What's that one? That's your brightness for your TFT. Language. You can have miles per hour or kilometers an hour. Turn on and off your Bluetooth and your manual settings. So if I go OK on that one. Back and back. That's the settings. So if we go, that's your interface. Go into that one. So you got your sport. Connection, so this has got built-in sort of CarPlay system, which is you can connect a mirror to your phone through the Bluetooth, and you'll have a sat nav through that. Obviously, I'm not going to connect up to it and whatever else. Adventure. So let's have a look on here. What we got here? Oh yeah, it's your different screen. Look, your adventure screen. That looks nice. I gotta be honest, that does look nice. Let's turn those hazards off. Average 34 to the gallon, miles per gallon. Average speed 34 miles per hour, miles per gallon 46.3. Well, that's not bad. So I quite like that setup. Whether you can see it properly with obviously the sky behind, but with the camera, there we are. It's probably a little bit better. Well, that's your adventure screen, so that's nice. So press OK on the button again so you can get back into your settings. And cross, ride control. Go into that. What we got? Quick gear change on off. Yeah, so that's OK, so we can do that. Interface, information. DVR. Oh yes, that's another thing I love about this, is it's got a built-in dash cam system. As you can see on the front there, there's a camera there and a camera there. So it's got an internal memory of 128 gig. So that's a 1080 and it records at 1080. So at that you've probably got about 6 or 7 hours, I would think, of constant riding. And then you can connect it up with your app on the phone, and you can download it onto your phone, and then you can send it off anywhere else that you like you want to put it up. If you want to put the ride up and, you know, on social medias or whatever else. But that's a fantastic thing. It's actually built into the bike. Trying to think what else now. The framework is a one-piece aluminium frame. I don't know whether I can get anything up here. I got no internet. I wanted to give you some more specs on it. Seat height, 845mm. If I move my phone a minute. So it's 845mm. Let's hope you can see from there. If I put you by there, yeah, should be able to see that. If I jump on the bike, now I'm just under 6 foot, 31-inch inside leg. Where they're going to be able, let's turn that around a little bit. There we are. 31-inch inside leg. I get on the bike, and as you can see, with it upright, I am quite comfortable actually touching the floor with it. So that's really, really good. Also, there's a, as I said, a 699cc cylinder capacity, 95 brake horsepower, 75 newton meters of torque at 7,500 revs. 845mm seat, 22 litre fuel tank. What we got? Yeah, let's read some of this out. The 703F's equipped is equally exceptional. It features a 6.75 tilt adjustable TFT screen, fully configurable with advanced navigation via mirroring, proximity central lock-in, including the fuel cap, traction control. Yeah, it's got traction control. Different driving modes. You've got sport, economy, and I think there's another one. Disengageable ABS, quick shift up, and app management. Now it's got quick shift, but it hasn't got a blipper, so you can't change down without the clutch, but you can change up, which I like anyway, because I prefer to change down with the clutch anyway. So added to this are a front and rear full HD camera, which I was just telling you about, with 128 gig of internal memory and electrically adjustable windshield, which you've seen. Cornering lights, heated grips, tire pressure and temperature monitoring, a lithium battery, articulated shifter hanger, handguards, centre stand, and a practical side storage compartment, among other details that elevate the driving experience to another level. The Zontes 703F arrives ready to revolutionise the adventure tourer bike segment. Now get this, with the launch price of £6,999 plus your on the road costs. In addition, as a part of our launch offer, you can get a complete accessory kit. That's right, yeah. So with the accessory kit, you get a 3-piece aluminium luggage. You also get crash bars, and you also get driving lamps on there as well, and that's for an extra £999. But you can only order that for that price when you order a bike brand new. Failing that, I think it costs about £1,300 or £1,400 for the rest of it, for the the luggage and for the. Let's turn that off. Don't want to put the battery down. There we go. Now, with that as well, I've now turned that off. So if I turn the steering, listen. Now that is locked. Steering is locked now. Alright, so that's locked, as you can see. So take it off, press it, unlocked, and then your screen will come back on. There we go. That's a nice TFT screen, and as I said, that's interchangeable. Also, you have USB connectors, so if you want to put a phone on the handlebars or anything else, or power it up. Inside there, whether you can see, let's get the camera down there. There's a USB-A and the USB-C, so there's 2 USB ports on there. Heated grips. Got driving mode. Let's have a look, see how I'm going to put on the driving mode. Right, it's going to put the ignition on. You can change, see the sport, you got the sport sign on the side there. You can see that. Sport sign, economy. So it's economy and sports. So you can ride it economically or you can ride it in sport mode. It's got traction control, ABS, which are both you can switch off. 22 litre fuel tank, quick shifter, no blipper. Also comes with a centre stand. As I said, the tyres are Anarchy Adventures and they feel quite nice. There's tyre pressure monitoring system on it. So yeah, it is really a nice bike. I've got to be fair. I do like it. I do like it indeed. The seat comes off just by pressing that. I'm not going to do it just in case I can't get it back on. So you press that seat, it unlocks. Not sure what that one's for. Should have looked at that one really. Has that something to do with the lights? Don't know. But with the ignition on, look. Yeah, you can see that. Oh, let's turn the engine on. Let's turn it over and show you the lights on the front. There you go. Here's the lights underneath, and you've also got your cornering lights built into it as well. And I presume that is the high. Let's have a look, flick that up. Yep, and there's your high beam as well. So that's nice. I do like this. Gives you a sort of a KTM vibe to it, I think. But listen to that engine. Absolutely amazing. That is really, really nice. So let's take it up to the top. Take it up to the butty van. Grab a cup of tea and see if we get any reaction for it. Right, see you back on the bike. Right then, I thought before I shoot off, I'll give you a few more. I've got all the information up now. I've actually got signal. As I said, it's an inline 3-cylinder engine, 699 cubic centimeters. It has a maximum brake horsepower of 96 at 10,000 RPM. Maximum torque is 76 newton meters of torque at 7,500. It's a double overhead camshaft. It's a triple. It's got a slipper clutch. I was right with that one. It's water and oil radiators, and it's a Euro 5 engine. Dimensions and weights. I can't get into it because I got no signal. That's typical. But I'll put the dimensions and weights up on the screen so you can see them all. So, right, let's get going.
Very, very quiet. No real big jump like the old GS's used to. Getting it into first. Yeah, I do like that screen. There we go. You got your gear change down there, so yeah, I like that. Put that down, so you can probably hear me a little bit better. Up into 6th. That is a really smooth gear change. Now for the money, you are getting an awful lot of bike. There is quite a few things on this bike that you wouldn't get on the premium price bikes. And you think, when I bought my GS, that cost me just under £20,000. and I got everything on here that I had on the GS plus. Yeah, it's not you know, a 1250, it is a 700 or 699cc, but it is a triple. It's not a boxer. I got a thing about twins. That's where I got rid of the GS. There's something about twins I do not like, but this is a triple. It's very smooth. It's responsive. You know, for considering I'm used to big bikes, 1000cc, 1200cc, 1300cc, this just ticks all the boxes. It really does. So if you're in the market for an adventure bike but you don't want to pay the premium prices, then I would suggest you go for something like this. Now if you're in the South Wales area, or even if you're outside the South Wales area, give Martin at Moto Martin Motorcycles in Aberdare a shout. They have this bike as a demo bike, so if you want to come and ride this and give it a go, then give them a shout. Speak to either Martin or Richie, and I think Harvey's there as well, which I think is Martin's son, and they will be more than happy to assist you in any way that you want. So if you're in the market for an adventure bike but you don't want to pay the premium prices, I would suggest, why not go for this? I mean, the fuel looks pretty good. You know, it's averaging between 46 and 50 to the gallon, and that's just normal. You know, it's just riding back and forth. So I would highly recommend one of these. As I said, I'm so used to 1000cc bikes, 1300s and whatever else, but this ticks all the boxes. It's comfortable. The seating position is absolutely lovely. My feet, well, my legs, they don't feel cramped at all. You know, it's a very, very nice seating position. The pegs aren't too high, they're not too low, they're just right. And with that 824mm seat height, perfect as well. So, you know, it does drop a little bit. It does look a big bike when you look at it from the side on. It really does look a big bike. But once you sat on it, you know, I think if you're, 5'7", 5'8", I think you'd be okay. And it's not a heavy bike either. The weight ratio feels great on it. It wants to corner. It wants to get round corners. So this model has got the 21-inch front wheel and the 19-inch rear. And it's just, to me, it just feels like the perfect combination. I've got to be honest. It does really feel nice. So I've got the screen all the way up because it's a bit windy up here. But you can, by pressing the button and then down, that's all the way down, all the way up, or you can just put it in sections to where you're comfortable with it. And to me, that's perfect. You got your traction control there. Excuse me. You got your hazards, your indicators, your horn, and yeah, it's all interfaced into the left switch gear. The right switch gear, you got your starter, you got your power on because it's keyless, heated grips, and then your mode switch, obviously, then to move from either sports or economy. So if I switch it over to economy mode, let's see what happens. See if it see what dampens down. Alright, so we're in economy mode. Yeah, you can definitely feel the difference. It's not as torquey on the low end. Doing 53 mile an hour at about 3,800 revs. So excuse me. Well, that's in economy mode. So, if you wanted a, motorway running or whatever else, it still picks up. There's not a great deal of difference between the sport and the economy. I gotta be honest. It doesn't feel a great deal. Put that back into sport. this is a really nice bike. Zontes, you've hit it out the park, guys. Literally hit it out the park with this. I'm loving it. I really am. Dare I say it? I find this more comfortable than the GS. Your seating position, you just sort of just sink into it. It's really nice. It's like a gel type seat. And it's really nice. Suspension, you got the I can't remember the name of the forks now. I'll have a look in a minute and see if I can remember what they're called. They are adjustable, but not electronically. You can adjust them through these here, but I would just keep it factory set because it feels okay at the moment, especially if you're not taking it off-road. But it's a nice place to be. I am loving this. Mad, I don't want to bring it back. Well, we got the bottom down here now. We'll pull in and see if we get any reaction from it. I won't put anything on camera, but I can let you know once I leave. I'll stay here for about 20 minutes and then I'll head back then. Would be nice if I could take this for a long weekend or something like that and take it for a trip somewhere, have the boxes and see what it's like on a trip. Fuel economy, you know, comfort for a distance ride. Doesn't look like there's many bikers. No, doesn't look like there's many bikers down there. I don't really want to go all the way down the Landovry. Limited time. It would be nice to take it to the Owls to show it off to people. But I was watching one of the reviews last night, and they were saying that it was difficult to hold it at a certain speed. I'm in 4th gear and I'm just holding it at 36. Just drop it off a bit down to 30, 32, and it's not snatchy. As long as you're gentle with that throttle, it's not snatchy at all. There's no bikers here. Well, there's one or two. Let's get in here. See if people come over. Let's have a look. As you can see, it's really light to maneuver. It's on tiptoes. And there we are. There's a few bikers over there. Let's see if we get any reaction. Right, let's have a cup of tea. See you in a bit. All right. Get this baby fired back up. That sounds so nice. All right, let's get it back. Oh, nice car. quick shifter is lovely. It is nice. It seems to be, to me, the Martin said the quick shifter works better 5,000 above. Now to me, I think it works better below the 5,000 mark. Seems to be really nice. Let's put that down. Tell you what, riding a bike over here is not like riding in Europe. Every bike you pass says hello. Give you a nod or the hand, or, you know, give you a wave. But no, not over here. That's all gone now. But this is really, really nice. Quick shifter is lovely under 5,000 revs. And see, with the I prefer downshifting with the clutch anyway, so I don't really miss the blipper. I have got the blipper on the S style, but I very, very rarely use it. Very rarely use it. Constantly use the quick shifter. Now at 3,500 revs. Little bit of throttle, smooth as silk, smooth as silk. When you're giving it a bit of beans, it tends to jump a little bit. So when you're giving it more, see if I can drop it down a bit. So let me see if I can show you. So if I give it a bit of throttle now, still good. That's when I was doing it earlier, the engine was still a bit cold. She's now warmed up. But I do like the fact that you can change, you know, the way that the screen looks. It's got the built-in dash cam, which you can interact with your phone. Just connect your phone up with the app. I'll have to find out what app it is, and I'll ask Martin and I'll put it up on the screen to see what app it is that actually runs it. But yeah, this is lovely. This is a really, really nice bike for the money. For the money, you can't go wrong. I mean, that's just that's two in a row that said hello. You know, that's just a quick first time ride review on the bike. I did a little bit of B-roll. Hopefully I've done a bit of voiceover on it. But this has also got, as standard, it comes with the under tray, which is a metal under tray. It also comes with a radiator guard. So there's a radiator guard in front of it, of the radiator, to stop any stones or anything else like that getting into it. Couldn't see the make of the suspension, but I will again ask Martin, and I'll put that on the screen as well. It begins with an M. I can't for the life of me remember it. No clutch, up to fifth, smooth as silk, 4,500 revs. This is really, really nice. I'm well impressed with this, I gotta be honest. You never know, I might end up with one, because I do like adventure bikes, but I didn't like the twin. This is a triple, and it's really, really nice. It's comfortable, very easy to handle. Everything, you know, is easy to get to. It's not cluttered in the front. It's all. It's not basic, but it's not cheap either. You know, it's not, you know, all the expensive stuff either. But for, you know, without the panniers and the crash bars and the driving lamps, or the desert lamps, I think they call them. You know, I think it's 7,299 on the road. What more do you want? It's got everything you want for a third of the price of a GS. You could probably buy 3 of these for the price of one GS. It's no contest really, isn't it? Especially if you first want to get into an adventure bike. This seat is so comfortable. I feel like I could ride forever with this seat. It's plenty wide enough. And it's got a nice little lip behind it so you can sit on it, so there's probably plenty of room for a passenger as well, if you want to take a pillion with you. This is a lovely bike. Really, really is. I am well impressed with it. But as I said, what would be nice is if I could take it away for a couple of days and I don't know whether Martin's got the boxes for it or whatever, I'm not sure. I don't know whether he's got to order them up separately or something, with the orders. Once you order the bike, I should imagine if you're ordering it with the crash bars, they come with it and they'll be fitted once, before you take delivery of it and whatever else. And the one good thing I like about this is when you first buy the bike, you've automatically got that 6,000 or 7,000 rev restriction, which means you can't over rev it, which means you're not going to damage the engine. And then once you hit that 1,000 kilometers or 622 miles, it automatically switches off. You've got to take it in to plug it in. I'm not sure what the service intervals are with this. If I can, I'll find out again from Martin, see what the service intervals are, what the first service is. I'm sure the first service will be the 600 mark, I would think. And then what the service intervals are after that. And the cost maybe, I'll see if I can find out what the cost of the services are. And I know, if I remember correctly, you haven't got to have a valve check. I think it's 24,000 miles, if I remember correctly, which supersedes any of the others. So for the money you're paying for this bike, you're getting a hell of a lot of bike, and it's comfy. One thing I will say is I find the grips a little short, because I've got quite big hands, and we can probably see there, but my hands literally take up the whole grip, more or less. I like the fact that it's got the hand guards. The hand guards are really good, and you got the indicators built into the hand guards. That's nice. I mean, I'm just talking to cruise. That's the one thing this bike doesn't have. It's cruise control. I think if it had cruise control, that would be a market breaker to me. I think that would do it. To have that cruise control, I think would be brilliant. But it's a shame it doesn't have it. But I'm just cruising along here, 45 mile an hour. What am I doing? 3,500 revs, 3,600 revs, something like that. And it's just sitting comfortably. I could ride this forever. It's a comfortable bike to be on. The suspension is, you can feel a lot of the road surface, but this is a bit of a bumpy road anyway. But the suspension is lovely, and as I said, you can adjust the preload on it. But if it was me, I would probably leave it at factory settings. But you can adjust the preload front and rear. So, what a bike. Very nice indeed. But I might ask Martin the question if he'll let me take it away for a couple of days so we can get a proper review on it, for distances and comfort and all that sort of thing. I mean, for a short first time ride, I think this bike is amazing. I really do. It's really, really nice. So that's my initial thoughts on the Zontes ZT703F. What more can I say? If you're in the market for one and you haven't got a local dealer close to you, then why not give Martin or Richie a call at Martin Motorcycles. It's a mouthful to say, isn't it? I'll leave all the information down below. Give them a shout, maybe book a test ride, come and ride the bike that I've ridden, see what you think of it. The balancing is so good, not even struggling to keep it up there. The clutch is so light. It just wants to go around corners. I love it. I really do. And this is in economy mode, and it's plenty powerful. Plenty powerful. Quite easily ride this in economy mode. It'd be perfect for the motorways. Everything is light on it. Brakes are good. The brakes themselves, it says on there J.June, J-U-A-N, but I've been told they are a subsidiary of Brembo. So they are, you know, a second company to Brembo. That's what I've been told. So I really can't get over how light this clutch is. When you pull up, there's no struggle to keep the bike up. It's nice and light. I can't remember the kilogram, the kilo of it. 210 kilos dry, I think it is, or 220. That's in economy mode. You know, there's plenty of pull in there. Windy up here, but I could quite easily ride this for a long time. I could take this away, do tours with it quite easily. I would like to see what these Anarchies are like in the rain, because I know on the GS's, when we had the fully loaded bikes, when we did the 4 points, the Anarchies weren't the best in the rain. So I don't know what these are. These are different ones. These are Anarchy Adventures. So they're slightly different tyres. But this is such a nice bike to ride. You know, if for the price, you know, the longevity of the bike, if you had it for 5 years. That is so nice. This bike runs off E5, so it is the more expensive fuel. It does say on there E5, doesn't say E10. So you will need to put E5 fuel in it as well. So you just have to have your regular place. And that's what, when I went to Austria, that's all I put in the pan was E5. And that was, you know, plenty of places that had E5. So again, if you're in the market for, you know, an adventure bike, just roll back, look, and there's plenty there, and that's economy mode. Blimey. It just feels comfortable. It just feels right. It's really, really nice. And I've got nothing to complain about the seating position. Nothing to complain about how hard or soft the seat is. It's perfect as far as I'm concerned. It's really, really nice. Now the
one thing is, can you stand up on it? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no problem whatsoever. That's the one thing I did like about the GS, you could stand up on it. That's really nice. So as I was saying, you know, if you're looking for an adventure bike, then give Martin or Richie a call at Motor Martin Motorcycles. Get yourself booked in for a test ride, try it out, and as I said, I'll leave all the details below. And go and give it a test ride. And if you don't, you know, if you're too far away to go to Motor Martins, then have a look for your local Zontes dealers. Plenty, I have noticed this, there are plenty of Zontes dealers wherever you are in the country. You know, if you've got a BMW, you might have to, like we have. And if I want to go and have my bike serviced now by a BMW technician, then I got to go all the way to Bristol. But that's what you find with a lot of these premium bikes, is their service centres are very few and far between. This thing is lovely. It just wants to corner. How smooth that is, no clutch. Down to 50 in me, so keep the speed down. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little review, which has probably gone on for about an hour or so. But yeah, if you're in the market for an adventure bike and you don't want to pay the premium prices, check out the Zontes 703F. Absolutely, in my opinion, brilliant bike. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, the next couple of weeks, Motor Martin have just got the new BSA 350 Bantam in. It's brand new for 2025, and I'm hoping that I can get that out on a test ride for you. The Bantam 350 would be the perfect bike for those of you who have just done your A1 license, and you need a smaller brake horsepower bike and whatever else. So we'll see about that. Hopefully that'll be in the next couple of weeks. But hope you've enjoyed this video on the Zontes. I love it, and I reckon if you rode one too, you would as well. So go check out your local Zontes dealer. If you're in Wales, give Motor Martin a shout, and maybe book a test ride, as I said. And yeah, go try it. I think you'll love it. I certainly do. Thanks for watching, guys. Whatever you're doing, be safe, be good. I'll most definitely catch you in the next one. Toodles.